Hey guys, what's up? It's the girl Dana from Dissecting Dancehall. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Over here it's just good vibes, good energy. So you know if that's what you're on, well, enjoy the show, right? If you're not new to my channel, in my best respiratory voice, I know if I say your name correct, but anyway, how you doing? I hope you good enough. I hope you good. I hope you're having a good week. I hope you're being safe. Take a minute to organize all yourself and follow up the thing. Let me jump into this video, okay? Song we chose for this week's words of wisdom. Oh gosh, all ya don't judge me, but all you know, Popcaan is one of my favorites on the list of positivity, right? And sometimes the songs will just be so deep, or the meanings it has just come at the right time, so that really and truly, you know, you have to credit him for a lot of that stuff now, boys. So you know, again, we have on the list for this week, we have Popcaan. This time is featuring the Great Beres Hammond with their amazing song, God is Love. This song is a whole praise and worship, you know. It's about having that attitude of gratitude. It's about giving thanks for your creator, thanks for your blessing, you know. It's about holding the faith. It's just a song that does just vibrate on a higher frequency. So if you know you're having a tough week, if you know things aren't really going your way or whatever is the case, guys, I urge you to go and take a look at this song. Of course, the link is in the description. Take a look at this song and let that just shift your whole vibration. Let's get into this. The part we chose to dissect for this week's words of wisdom is the part where they said, love your life, love your family. If you overcome the struggle, don't get weary. So all you don't know already, or if it is you know, all you're going to have to face a harsh reality, guys, that life is hard. No, it's real hard. It's real hard. And if you're starting at a disadvantage, whatever that disadvantage is, you know, it's even harder for you. Imagine in a situation where you're really not seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, where you as a young person and even getting the opportunity to feel like if you're enjoying your life, like if you know you're doing something different, you're making a difference. Because all of us want to feel our place in the world, you know, all of us want to feel like, yes, this is something I love and I'm living this life to the fullest, and you know, but life hardened. I know, life real hard. But guess what? For me, guys, I just come on here and I just talk about I had real bad days and I had real things. Sometimes when I stop and I think back at all the times when I really was in a bad place, I was in a bad place mentally, emotionally and stuff, you know. And I believe that we attract the kind of vibes that we own, because when you're down or when you're in a situation or you're sad or you're angry or whatever, you do things and you say things and you act out of this emotion, and that usually ends up with you being in worse off situations. So guys, I remember there was a time, you see that's what I do in here. I never could have imagined that I would be doing this. I mean, I probably could have imagined it in my mind, like, you know, one day I can motivate people and sing, and you know, I did have those dreams and those passions, but I didn't know how I would do that, because back then in those days, there was a time I was very suicidal. I actually attempted suicide more than once, and the last time was in the year 2017, and that is not too long ago. Right, so let's see the timeline I didn't with, that wasn't too long ago, and I had a lot of issues, things happen, you know what I mean, and you had to just deal with life, and then you realize, well, everybody is dealing with their own life and dealing with their own battles, and then you talking about your experience or something, it might come across as complaining. For people who don't understand, it might come across as you just negative. It's like you're crying out for help and nobody hearing you. Some of us walk around and we feel so broken and we don't even know how to deal with it, how to process, how to understand. And I know about those things. In those dark days, as I like to call them, my feelings were, I felt very lost. I felt as though I had no purpose. I felt as though I was just making mistakes. I felt as though God made a mistake with me. I felt as though I wasn't able to offer any service. You know, what good am I to anyone? You know what I mean? Those are the kinds of things that repeated in my mind. You know what I mean? You can't do anything right, and just the waste of the waste. It's like the loudest voice in your head. And in those times, I used to cry myself to sleep and think, so I'd beg or like, God, okay, I don't want to kill myself because I know that I'm wrong. But like, you do it then, and like, you should die peacefully in a sleep or something. That used to be my conversations with Big G. So I used to cry myself to sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, I used to be like, Big G, we waiting on for me to do more shit out here, for me to just make no more sense and just, you know, That used to be my conversations all with Big G. Believe it or not. I was very lost at that time. I didn't love my life. I didn't love myself. I didn't even know how to begin to do those things, right? And really and truly, they say the battlefield is in the mind, because that is really the place where it is. Because then I had to start to change my mindset. And that was the hardest thing to do. It's like you're being taught something, and then they come in and tell you, well, after all of these years of convincing you that this is so, that is not really the truth, you know. But then, and on top of that too, you don't really have much evidence to go on. Self-talk is like, you know what, then you have purpose. And it's like, purpose way. Purpose way doing what? Will you see me accomplish that in a big way that could say I doing any purpose? You know what I mean? And that was the arguments I used to be having with myself back and forth. And it started gradually, and you know, you had to be willing to learn, you had to be willing to grow as well. Grow from the past and it having that hold on you. Right? I started reading a lot. I started reading a lot about suicide. I started reading a lot about depression, anxiety, all these kind of things. I started reading about psychology. If all you see me, I was going. So I spent a good amount of time researching and looking for different classes. And I was like, okay, in order for me to know what this enemy is, so there's how we had to think strategic too earlier. In order for me to know what this enemy is, I had to understand what it is about. The more I learned is the more I started to understand the different things. So I started to, okay, try to pay more attention to my feelings, try to pay more attention to my triggers. Why this guy you so vexed? What is your, you know what I mean? And then that is how it works. So this is over a period of time. But at the time earlier, and it's not up until recently, I guess I came to the realization. But at the time, during those moments when I had to be learning different things and going into this whole new world of trying to understand things in a way to help myself in order to be able to help other people, I didn't know at that time all of that was shaping me, all of that was part of God's plan to shape me for me to actually be here doing this. That is how deep I have it now. So that over a period of time, because I wasn't paying attention to any of the good things, I wasn't saying, well, at least you're learning something here. I didn't even realize that I was building strength and stuff in those times, because I was still so much focused on the negatives. I started to look at myself differently. Still, I started to notice small changes within myself. That you handle that situation good, you know what I mean? And I started to talk to myself. I started to be kind to myself. I started to feel like, yes, you know what, you deserve better. You could level up here again. And you know what I mean? And I started to build a relationship, and you know, and I came to the realization, it's like, you know what, Dana, despite everything, sis, you are right, you know. You are right, sis. You okay. You know what I mean? You're perfect. You'll never be really aiming for perfection. But I'm so proud of you and how far you come, and look at you, sis. No, I'm real proud of you. You know, and keep growing, and everything ain't going to happen overnight, because guys, it's still a real thing I just be doing. It had things I just want to be like, Dana, you very well know this is not what you want, and why it is you doing it. There are definitely times when I slack off. There are times when I act out of impulse and emotion and all them kind of things, so I'm only human, you know. So I had to deal with those things as they come, and you know, and understand that I'm still growing, and understand that after years of being in that place, and you know, to reach to a point in my life now where I'm starting to actually say, well, you know what, God, thank you for life. That's how I just be when I wake up. Big G, what going on? Thank you for life. If I do anything, Big G, what going on with us? I think, you know what I mean, and I create a kind of closeness with God, because I started to look at the good in myself and think the first thing I want to see in others is the good too, and not in a naive kind of sense like, oh, this person real good, or this person when making no mistakes or nothing. Not naive like that. Good in the sense that, hey, you know what, this person really cool, but look at this person, because sometimes I say, but nobody wasn't there for me. But when you start to think back, these people was here clapping the whole entire time, and you just didn't see them because it wasn't any way you wanted. Support was there. You know what I mean? So when I think back, because all if all you saw my TikTok videos, all I don't know the shoe story already. That is a prime example of people being there for me, because I didn't have a shoes to go and interview, and you come and you lend me your shoes even though it mightn't fit me, but you know, you just so want me to get a job. I didn't look at those things back then and count all them things as blessings, because I started to change my perspective. I started to see the good in people. I started to be like, you know what, you're a great person. I started to look at the world in a more positive way. In this world, all the negativity does strive more than positivity. That is facts, right? So all of that encouraged me to still want to come and share a positive message. That's what life is about. So for me, guys, learning. So I learning to love my life. I learning to love my family flaws, and I just think now and say, I wonder if it is, you know what, Dana, You have all these big goals, these big dreams, this whole, you know what I mean? You want to change the world. Okay, sis. Right? You have all of these big dreams. What if, and I'm not saying it in a negative way, I'm saying it in a realistic way. What if it doesn't work out? What if this is all it is? You know, you're making your little YouTube videos, you're making a TikTok video, you know what I mean? You're going to your little 9 to 5, you're keeping this up. What if this is your life? And I just tell myself, and you know what, even if this is my life, I love it, and okay, I won't stop striving for it, but okay, in the moment, I'm gonna appreciate all that I have. So I really love the hearing the laughter of my family. Sometimes I be like, oh my God, this house don't sleep. This like Las Vegas, the city that don't sleep. This house, this is the house that don't sleep, right? But I love to hear the laughter. We just talk real nonsense. Yes, so we laughing almost every other day, right? I love the fact that, you know, we just make little jokes. We just really shut up each other and think that's a vibe. Brother had this thing every Friday when he come from work and thing, like when he get his little dust, he coming home with wings and thing like for the family. You know what I mean? It have those moments. It have those joy. My life is rich. My life is full. It's overflowing with love and goodness and good vibes and energy and thing. That is how I start to see my life all. I used to feel frustrated. Like, I not getting no break here. Big G, I can't be working 2 jobs and all kind of thing. And why I have to be nurse and I working and going to school and my feet swollen and I still have to, why I have to go through all of this hard thing to me? Save me. That's how I used to be at that point, because my waiting time, I used to be frustrated. So when I started to feel grateful, I started to feel blessed for everything I have and thing. It didn't happen overnight, but my point is I had to keep trying for the improvement. I realized the journey of life is really what it is about. And your journey might be a little different, but that's your own unique story to tell. Because look, I come in here and I just be telling all of my stories all on the TikTok and thing, and people every week. I didn't know they're gonna have this app called TikTok, and this going to be content they're going to use a TikTok, and people going to be laughing, and you know what I mean, you connect with people. So like at that time when I didn't get those jobs and those interviews and all of those other things was going on, at that time I had no idea. At that time for me, I was saying, look at this big inconvenience in my life, not knowing that down the road, I mean, I came here to let it out, to be the best you could be, to say like, because you know, you figuring it out. So imagine it's like a game or some kind of superhero thing, and you only figuring out your powers as life progresses. You figuring out where's your strengths, where's your weakness. If you're Superman, you know, imagine over the years you finding out you have a laser eye, and then you're finding out that kryptonite is your weakness, and you know what I mean, you're here to experience it and then to go back home. You here on a field trip. How you want to spend that time? It's to put in the work in order to become the best versions of ourselves, to be able to really and truly enjoy and appreciate our life, right? You're worth working on yourself. You deserve that growth and that betterment. It had to start with you within, right? So it's only greatness, yeah, you know. So there you have it, guys. We've come to the end of this video. I know it was deep, don't get me wrong. I know it was deep, but you know, this is life. Unfortunately, this is real life. If you like this video, you can go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You can go ahead and share it, guys. Another thing too, make sure you follow me on my other platforms, and guys, be sure to check out my website, dissectingdancehall.com. New articles will be uploaded every week, and we have a real thing coming. When I tell all the real thing, I mean real thing coming. So make sure all you stay tuned for my please, right? For my please, right? Love and blessings, all your dinner out.